Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have a treat today. One of the great writers of the writing genre overall is with us, and we're going to find out from some of his experiences what brought about his writing talent, what brought about that writing expression, what brought about that writing skill that he developed into becoming one of the great writers. Look at these great works of art right here. So, Brother Dadisi, why did you become a writer?
Well, first of all, let me say I'm from Charleston, South Carolina.
Yes.
And I'm born and raised there. And when I was growing up, I had a very difficult time reading and writing.
Okay.
You know? So, but I always liked writing, like I always liked copying things out of the book, even though sometimes I couldn't even pronounce the words, but the thought of just writing, I would always do that, just copy things out of the book. So I got in the habit of writing.
How early would you say you started that?
I think I was about in the second grade.
Okay.
So I always had a love for the written language, but not able to pronounce the words.
So are you saying you were not a great student, but in your spirit, you had a great interest and a great feeling about all of that?
Yeah, about writing,
Mm-hmm.
So, I couldn't draw, but I knew how to write, so I really enjoyed doing that and everything, And so throughout school, I always had a challenge, about learning, sometimes I was put in like a special education program when I was growing up, so ever since the elementary school throughout high school, I was always in special education programs, So, but I always was interested in writing, come up with my own thoughts, and things of that nature.
Was it, I know for me, believe it or not, I was shy. I was very shy, and it was like breathing. I had to find a way to express myself. Was it like that for you?
Oh yeah, I was very shy, and I was hate whenever the teacher called upon me to read out loud, because back then, now they call it dyslexia, but back then people said a slow learner, So I kind of felt embarrassed about that and everything. That was always a struggle for me to try to overcome those obstacles, And but once I got out of high school and I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, I started writing out of pain. I'm a member of the Shrine of Black Madonna Church, and one of our church leaders had asked me to become a ritual leader. And a ritual leader is one who get up in the front of people and pray, and introduce the Bible class teacher for the day and everything. And I have never spoken in front of anyone before. And so when he told me that on a Tuesday night, and I figured, well, I need to go home and try to write down my prayer, what I'm going to say to these people, And so when I got home, I was looking at TV, and I saw all these, the news channel came on with Ethiopian children, and there was a famine going on in Ethiopia. And so I was really hurt by that. I was touched. And so after I saw the news with the children in Ethiopia starving to death, the famine that was going on over there, I decided to lay down, but that thought kept seeing those pictures of the children with the blowed up stomach and everything, stayed on my mind. So I said, well, let me go and try to write the Lord's Prayer that I'm going to say on that Sunday morning, the following Sunday morning. And so as I began to write, I found myself writing a poem. And so my roommate, I had some roommate at the time, a couple of guys and everything, they came home, and when they came home, I said, wait, I'm trying to write the Lord's Prayer, and hey, this seemed to be a poem. I've never written a poem before. I've read a few and everything, but it was rhyming real good, but it was talking about the reality of black people. And so my roommate, they liked the poem and everything, And so afterward they read the poem and everything, I decided, okay, let me attempt to try to write another prayer. I'm going to get to this prayer. And it came out another poem. So one of my roommates, after they read the second poem, one of my roommates said, what you trying to become, the last poet? I said, no. I said, I'm trying to write the Lord's Prayer, and each time I attempt to write the prayer, it's coming out in poetry. And so, the next morning when I got up, I took it to
The
school.
Lord works in mysterious ways, doesn't He?
Yes, Lord. The next day I went to school, and I showed it to one of my teachers, and she was inspired by it, my English teacher, and she told me go to the typing teacher because she loved poetry, Miss Christine Benton, and she told me to Miss Christine Benton saw the poem, she read it, and she was inspired by it. She typed the poem up, and she asked if she have a copy. She posted on her board, and as the students started coming in, she had everybody read the poem, and it seemed like people was thrilled about what I had to say in those poetry. And so I fell in love with poetry. I said, oh yeah, y'all like that? So I kept on writing.
So, is this how your first book started?
Yes, that's how my first book started. This book right here,
Okay.
Poetry for Today's Young Black Revolutionary Mind.
Look at that picture next to Brother Dadisi right there. That was your first book, huh?
Yes, that was my first book. And that book was published when after I got to graduate school in Atlanta for printing.
What year exactly? Do you remember?
This book came out in 1994.
1994. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And when I was living in Detroit, Michigan,
Okay.
I was selected to be in this self-publishing group led by Naomi Long Magic.
Okay.
Naomi Long Magic is the publisher of Lotus Press.
Okay.
Black American classic, one of Black American classic press.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a self-publishing workshop, and she was asking poets in the city of Detroit to enter your works, and if you any of your poems selected, you'd be part of the workshop. And she selected a few of my poems and had me become a part of the workshop, the self-publishing workshop.